Hello, friends. Crystal here, your vibrant BF, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we talk all things magical and practical. Because as much as I'm a spiritual girly, I'm also a very heavy earth energy. I am a Virgo stellium, which means I have a lot of placements in my Virgo, but I am a Sag rising, and I have a Sagittarius moon. Either way, I say all that to say, welcome back. Now, I don't want this to feel super formal. I want it to feel like us girlfriends are just chatting about life. Yes, there'll be a little bit of structure, but truly, I'm an intuitive. And so I'm really going to be moving according to what feels aligned with my spirit team, which for me is my angels, guides, ancestors, and the elements and the vibes of the earth at this moment. So we are midway into January and it is feeling, I don't want to say intense, but intense feels actually pretty good. Feels a little dystopian, feels a little bit apocalyptic. It feels like we're on the verge of some major chaos. And I say that with a smile because it's a duality. So if there's major chaos, there's also major calm. Because the pendulum swings both ways. It's like universal laws, right? So as far right as we go, it's got to go as far left. It's just the balance of this world that we live in. So I still hold space for ease and joy and peace and happiness while looking at despair and destruction and corruption and all the others, right? It's that duality. And this is why it's so important to have resilience in your nervous system. This is why you have to be home for yourself. You have to be home no matter what is going on around you. So let's just kind of talk for a moment about what this looks like in day-to-day life. So are you a mother? Are you a wife? Are you a career woman? Are you a mixture of them? Wherever you are on your path, on your journey called life, I want you to know that you are safe to be exactly where you are in this moment, that you are not behind or ahead because time is an illusion anyway. You are where you are because that's where you are. So there's a lot of shifting going on in the world, energetically, emotionally, physically, any Elise, all the Elise. There's a lot. And I want you to understand the importance of having resilience. Now, I think it was last week I walked you through an EFT tapping session where you can move different energy with tapping on different meridian points in the body, which is huge. It's great help. And we also have journaling and grounding and breath work and mindfulness. And there's many different practices, but nothing works if you don't do it. So this week, I want to just encourage you to start small, right? The fact that you are here on this YouTube channel is not by coincidence, because I'm a believer that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So welcome, I'm your teacher. I am also a student. We can be in reverse roles, right? It's not that you just arrive and that's it. We're constantly learning, evolving, growing, expanding. Hopefully, some of us are here to show others what it looks like to not expand and grow and evolve. Again, duality. So what does that look like for you? I want you just to take a moment to drop into your body and do a quick body scan. And when I say a body scan, it's really thinking of from the crown of your head, just a few inches above your head, all the way down. I want you just to think about this light going through and scanning. Do you feel denseness, tightness, agitation, pain, whatever it may be? Do a body scan and find out where it is in the body. We have 7 chakra systems. They're like moving energy wheels, right? And we want to keep those flowing to keep that energy channel clear so that we can constantly move through these patterns and ebbs and flows of life. So what are you thinking about? I want you to do an inventory of what you're thinking about usually while you're driving, while you're walking, while you're doing dishes, folding clothes, baking dinner, whatever it is. I want you to think, what is it that I'm thinking about? Are you stressing over bills, friendships, partnerships, work? Or are you like, I'm so grateful. Man, my body feels good. My skin's clearing up. Like, it's not about being toxic positive, but it is about reminding yourself to focus on what is working and what you do have while holding space for things that you are petitioning for, standing in gratitude for, believing in, embodying. Both can be true. You can be grateful for where you are while holding space for what it is you are also desiring. And the fastest way to bring in those intentions and manifestations is through gratitude. So doing an inventory of what you're thinking about most of the time, because that's what you're going to start showing up and believing and moving in. And I also want you to do an audit of your environment, whether it's your home life, your work life, your friendships, whatever it is. I want you to think about how you feel when you go into spaces and you come out. Do you feel drained? Do you feel stressed? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel fill in the blank? Do you feel light? Do you feel peaceful? Do you feel joyful? But whenever you are in different spaces with different people doing different things, I want you to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? It could be at the movies. It could be waiting in a drive-through. Whatever it is, check in and say, how am I doing? What am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? Getting curious as to where you are, what you're doing, what you're feeling are going to start being great indicators to things that are maybe not in alignment for what you're desiring, what your higher self is calling you to, what it is you're wanting to do, etc., etc. But you first have to think about what you're thinking about, getting curious, wondering, and then start pulling that thread. I just went out to brunch with girlfriends, and though overall I think I had a good time, I'm feeling really tired. So you think, what did I eat? What did I talk about? Who was I with? And you just start doing inventories and audits and breaking it down until you go, oh my gosh, I was annoyed last time I hung out with Sandra. And I didn't think it was Sandra per se, but there's a common thread that every time Sandra's around, I'm feeling some sort of way. Now, it's not to say that Sandra's this horrible, terrible person, but she just may not be in alignment. And your guide, your spirit team, your intuition is saying, this isn't the vibe. This is not the environment. This is not the person. This is not the place, or whatever it is that you should be associating with. Move into spaces that feel expansive. They can feel a little scary even because it's unknown. And sometimes the unknown is like, our body will make us think it's danger when in fact it's just unknown, versus actually being like, I'm tired, or I'm a little agitated, or I'm a little annoyed, and I'm not really sure why. It could be something as simple as, I shouldn't have eaten XYZ and now my stomach's upset. It has nothing to do with the person. It's what you're ingesting. So it's not just about where you are physically, but what you're taking in emotionally. So we are getting curious. We're thinking about what we're thinking about. We're doing audits and inventories of our bodies. This is how we start to build resilience in our nervous system. This is how we start to trust our intuition, by listening to our bodies, the subtle shifts. And you could be just driving and all of a sudden being like, why am I annoyed? Start thinking, what was I just thinking about? What did I just pass? What did I just smell? All our emotions are indicators of what is going on. When you allow yourself space to tap in and to do audits of how you're feeling when you're around certain people, in certain places, eating certain things, listening to certain things, you'll have a better understanding of what is in alignment. And that way you can start putting in boundaries, and not just putting in those boundaries for yourself, but for others, and to enforce them so that you can start aligning into your highest timeline. Is it always easy? No. Is it always pleasant? No. But choose your hard. Staying with relationships, people, places, things that don't align for the sake of not making anybody upset or hurting anybody's feelings, it's hurting your feelings. It's taking you out of your highest expansion, your abundance, your joy, your peace. So choose your heart, or choose the things that may feel uncomfortable temporarily. It's like walking into the wrong room and just staying there. No, if you realize you're in the wrong room, get up and leave. You don't want to sit in a class that you didn't even sign up for, has no interest in your degree or what you want to learn or what you want to do. So get up and leave. I am so excited for us to come back and chat weekly about different things that are coming up and how building resilience in your nervous system, operating in your magic, which is your magnetized, aligned, guided, intuitive clarity, and how to put it into actual practical steps. Until next time, friends, bye bye.